Is there an anchor in your life that's keeping you addicted to pornography? An anchor, something that is keeping you stuck, keeping you locked in this same place, this relapse, this recovery cycle. Something that is keeping you stuck from unlocking the freedom in your life. If that's the case, men, then in today's episode of The Rebuilt Man, I want to reveal to you how to identify what the anchor is in your life, the thing that is holding you back from truly unlocking freedom, from truly stepping into this life that you've been called to live, leaving porn behind you and becoming the man that God has called you to be. You know, for over 20 years of my life, my anchor were the lies. The anchor that kept me addicted to pornography was my inability to face the truth. If you would have asked me for years if I had a real struggle and addiction with pornography, the answer would have said no. I bought all the same lies that men buy. It's no big deal. It's not harming anybody. This is normal behavior. I'm a high-driven, high-sexual individual. I got to have these outlets. But when my life came crashing down at the end of 2018, and the only thing that I could point to and identify was the fact that I was addicted to porn for years as the root cause of everything that I lost, I slowly began to tell myself the truth. I slowly began to get radically honest about who I was, about the life that I was living, about the lies that I was telling myself, about the lies that I was telling others. You see, it wasn't until I removed this anchor of lies in my life that I was actually able to unlock freedom. It wasn't until I let go of the lies and stepped into my truth that I was able to truly unlock the freedom. And this may be the case for you as well. You see, let me ask you a question right now. Let me ask you a question about the man that you see when you look in the mirror. When you look at yourself in the mirror, the man looking back, is he one that walks in truth? Is he a man that lives in radical honesty with himself and with others? You see, the man looking back at you in the mirror, is he one that you can trust? Or is the individual that you see reflecting back when you look in the mirror one that has let you down time and time again? You see, for many men, I think the anchor in their lives is the fact that they don't keep the promises they make to themselves. They are not a person that they can rely on. They are not the individual that they know they should be. They're not walking in absolute truth and integrity. And it isn't until we let this anchor go, it isn't until we step into real truth and radical honesty that we can finally be able to see the path out of this. You see, why does this matter? Why am I asking you, who do you see when you look in the mirror? Because if the man reflecting back to you when you look in the mirror is not a man that you can trust, that means that individual is leading you down a destructive path. See, you think that you're in complete control of your life, but what you don't realize is there's this part of you, and in fact, a larger part, probably 80% of you, that is operating underneath the surface, that is living subconsciously and unconsciously inside of your mind and inside of your thoughts. And that individual is going to be the person that's responsible for creating the reality that you have a year, 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years into the future. And if the person that you see when you're looking back subconsciously is not somebody that you trust, is not somebody that does the things that are best for you, that individual will lead you to destruction. It'll lead you to self-sabotage. See, over a 20-year journey that I was on struggling with pornography addiction, I had many highs. I would accomplish many things. Sales records in organizations, top performer, top producer, breaking income barriers that nobody in my family had ever achieved, bodybuilding awards, status, photo shoots, fitness covers, fitness modeling, entrepreneurship, $1 million plus in sales. You see, but at the end of the day, after I would hit these things, I wouldn't see a person that was worthy of them. I wouldn't see myself as the individual that actually deserved the things that I was achieving in my life. So what would happen is a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year after having these massive wins, my life would self-deconstruct. I would self-sabotage and I'd lead myself down these paths of losing it all, of literally blowing my life up right in front of my eyes. Because that was the reality that I thought I deserved. And I think that I was worthy of accomplishing anything because behind closed doors, I was living a lie. You see, then when I pulled back these curtains, when I ripped the Band-Aid off, when I got into truth, then and only then was my life able to transform forever. And here we sit 6 years free of pornography, a life that I could have never possibly imagined of. Top ranked podcast, a mission in a movement that is changing the world. Relationships with my family that I never thought I'd be able to restore. Relationships with others, a life of my dreams. And I hope the same for you. So what is the anchor in your life? What is the anchor? Are you not physically building your body up? Are you not chasing your goals? Are you not living in truth? Are you not walking in integrity? Gentlemen, I have to tell you that if you are stuck, it means that there is an anchor. There's something that is keeping you stuck. And until you recognize what that anchor is and cut it off and let it go, you will stay in this same place. You see, a boat that's tied to an anchor will move. And that's where some of us fail, is we feel movement, momentum moving in a direction. But then we reach the end of that chain and it pulls us back, just like the anchor would do. You see, the boat can move through the wind. The waves can take the boat, but it's going to be restricted by the length of the chain that is tied to the anchor. And that's what happens with many of us. We get a week, 2 weeks of success in this journey. We feel like we've got momentum and movement, but because we haven't recognized the anchor, or what many would call the root of this issue, the chain pulls us back. And oftentimes there's a rebound effect that we actually go further back than we had ever been before. And this creates that perpetual cycle of relapse, recovery, back on the horse, 2 weeks, a week, 30 days, boom, full back, out of nowhere, right? So what is the anchor? Is it the fact that you're not being honest? Is it the fact that you're afraid to reach out for help? Is it the fact that you do not honor your word? Is it the fact that you see a man that is less than the man you know you should be? If you're not addressing your physical body right now, if you're not building your body right up right now, I can tell you that's probably going to be your anchor. The quickest way to change your life is by changing your body. 20 pounds of belly fat can be an anchor for many men. 30 pounds of belly fat is an anchor in your life, whether or not you want to admit it. It's holding you back in your career. It's holding you back in your relationships. It's holding you back in your mental health. And it's probably holding you back from unlocking freedom in this area of your life right now. So recognize what the anchor is. What is the thing that you are not addressing that is keeping you stuck? Let it go. That's a part of that death and resurrection that we all have to go through. So what's your anchor and what do you need help with? Guys, we have a free community with tools, resources, assignments to help you identify this area of your life, a community of men all across the globe that are committed towards freedom in their life and want to see the same for you. You can join us at school.com/the rebuilt man. That's school, SKOOL.com/the rebuilt man. It's a free community. I linked it down there in the show notes below. But recognize your anchor. Drop it down in the comments. I'd love to hear what your anchor is and see if we can help you let it go. But Coach Frank, the Rebuilt Man, founder of Rebuilt Recovery, we love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.